And we're live. Shall I play the intro?
Yeah, go on, do it.
I'll find it first, though. I better not play the intro, just so we're a little bit more professional. And we're live. What a transition that was. Smooth as hell that was, great, wasn't it?
That was very professional, very professional.
It's just me and you at the minute. Scott's going to join us in a minute. Ryan, he's stuck on the A13. I don't think he's going to get home by tonight. He might make it for next week if the police start moving things. And Scott will be in shortly. So just chill. We've got company tonight. How are you tonight, Gray?
I'm all right, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Been at work all week, haven't I?
Very sharp there, mate. You had a little.
I had a little trim, had a little haircut, a little trim, had a beard. Got a bit of grey in it though.
Oh, mate, look at that.
I haven't had a chance to get out this week. I've started my new job. All good. Back to what I know.
Happy days.
Yeah, happy days.
Happy days, mate.
How you been, mate? What have you been doing?
Well, what did we chat rubbish for 2 hours on the phone earlier?
Yeah, we just chat more.
Basically, just what we're doing there, but for 2 hours. Oh, hang on. My camera went for a Burton.
How is everyone in the chat? I see you all coming in now. Everyone on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Get involved in the comments. What we got on the agenda tonight, Gray? Have you seen it?
We're going to talk about Ajeti.
Ajeti, go on then. You start us off.
Well, leaving. No great surprise, really, was it? I mean, he wasn't really, even after lockdown and we were struggling for fit strikers, he still wasn't getting a look in. So, no great surprise that he's leaving, really, is it?
Well, it's been touting for about, about 3 weeks now that he's going to be leaving on loan. So I was very surprised to just see him being shipped out. 5 million quid, bong, he's gone. You're never going to see him again. I know that they was trying to sort of tie up a deal where they'd have a view to sign him.
Yeah.
But that we must be so desperate for money if we're just going to say, nah, you got to give us the money now. Took a 3 million hit on him, I think.
Yeah.
I think he said in his departing sort of statement that he didn't feel he's ever given a chance.
To be honest, mate, I find that hard to disagree with. Even when we didn't have any fit strikers after lockdown, he still wasn't getting used. So, we've obviously never liked the look of him in training, or. So I think it's best for both parties, really.
It's a difficult one because he was only young. He was some sort of like goal scoring sensation in Switzerland, I believe. Was it Switzerland? Come on, the Swiss league.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. We had about 5 games. If you had all the minutes together, obviously fancied. Look, whatever you say, the Premier League is a different kettle of fish to the Swiss league or the fucking Swedish league or wherever he fucking come from. Didn't impress me at all. Me personally, I didn't fancy him. Never thought he was going to do anything. But I've been proved wrong before. But the fact that they've shipped him out quickly, it just goes to show that the backroom staff didn't fancy him. The club didn't fancy him. It's a bit of a shame. And I think we're playing a dangerous game because, I could see someone in the chat there mention all of our sort of transfer targets, our early transfer targets. Matty Cash, I think now he's being touted at Sheffield United. He's going to Sheffield United. There's the Watkins saga where it looks like he might go to Villa. So we're obviously looking at fucking absolutely nobody because we're not putting any bids for anyone or anything. Dangerous game, really, Greg, because we've got one centre forward.
Yeah, I mean, I like to look at that. Ben Rama at Brentford.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I just can't. I can't see us luring him away from there. We're not a big enough pool, I don't think.
I don't think you'd have any trouble of luring Ben Rama away from Brentford if the money was right. But I'll be honest, mate, I'd be concentrating on solidifying the fullbacks. I think we've got wingers in abundance. I think we need more sort of creativity up the field. You know, I think that it comes to fruition that, you know, when you look at the Villa game, we still struggle in that instance when people stick 10 men behind the ball. We struggle to break them down. But we need
creative.
We need a creative midfielder. I can still see Lanzini being sold. I can still see Anderson being sold. They're all coming off holiday now. Pre-season is going to be starting up very, very soon. I think this is where you're going to start to see people going. But it's worrying that we haven't put bids in when no one's left yet.
Just our usual and panic buy someone near the end of the transfer window.
You see, probably that's probably what happened. As I said before, I think I said last week, you know, that I've been told by people that know that their way of buying players is to scatter bids everywhere. When they've got money, they just scatter and see what sticks. Yeah, they don't sort of target someone and say, right, go and get him. Make sure, you know, we pull out all the stops to get him. They just scatter bids around everywhere, which is obviously why we want to, you know, why we end up in this position in languishing at the bottom of the league. Because it's like trying to stick Lego and Meccano together. You know, both good, but it just don't fucking work.
Yeah. Oh no, mate. It's you know, I don't know why we get the ump because it's the same every year. And you think, oh, we identify where we need players, but we never seem to buy the players in positions we need. Like you say, it's just scattergun approach, bang, bang, bang. Oh, so and so's going cheaply, or that's a big name for a reasonable price, and we buy them regardless of whether we need them or not.
Yeah, it's not. I don't even think it's the fact that it's reasonably priced. I think it's just I don't know what it is. I really don't. And I said to, you know, obviously Chelsea is still sniffing around Rice. I think a bit prematurely. I don't think we'll sell him for 50 million, but I think 65 million might get him if they're so fucking skinned. There's more sort of propaganda coming out today on Claret. Let me just read you something here, Graham. A little quote. I was reading an article earlier that somebody sent me on this website, and it's a bit worrying. It's a bit worrying, to be honest with you. But let me just take a little excerpt. The club spent more than they could afford under Manuel Pellegrini, with over £200 million committed in transfers and a wage bill of £136 million at its peak. West Ham still owe over £87 million of that to other clubs at a rate of over £5 million per month.
With the current situation, it's
well.
You know what I mean,
the thing that worries me about that, though, Gray, is someone's lying. Do you know what I mean? Because we was told, you know, well, I know if you know, they say that on that sort of propaganda website. You know, £200 million is what they committed to transfers. They got a lot back of, you know, of in what they sold and all that. It's not £200 million net spend. £136 million per week per year in wages. I'll question that as well because I don't think that's quite right. But the thing that worries me is that you know, when we signed Haller last year, we was being told by the same website that we paid a majority of it up front.
Yeah.
And now that they're
turns out
now that they're in poverty, all of a sudden people are saying, "Where's the money gone? Where's the money? Where's the money?" And again, well, we still owe a lot of money for Haller, and it's like, well, you can't have it both ways. Did you pay most of it up front, or do you owe most of it? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I mean, there was the rumour, the last few games, like when he weren't playing, then it come out we still owed him money for Haller, and people were thinking, well, is that the reason why he's not playing, because we haven't paid him for him, or it's
that could be a reason, mate. That could be a reason. That could be a big reason. It was a groin strain that would keep him out for a game, and it ended up keeping him out for 6. Maybe it took them that long to, negotiate a deal where they could get him playing again and say, look, we'll make sure we pay you at the end of the month or whatever, and they never did. But look, it's
unless they took out an Amigo loan or something, I don't know.
This is the thing about the football club, Gray. You never know what's the truth and what ain't.
No, I know. It's hard to know what's it, but it was just, I don't know. It was just a bit too much of a coincidence that he had, like you say, a groin strain that should have kept him out for a game 2 at the most. And then it comes out we owed him money, and
he never played.
He didn't play for 5-6 games, so
I don't know, man.
To know what's truth and what's conspiracy.
There's some pre-season fixtures been announced. We'll take comments in a minute, by the way, over the transfer stuff. But some pre-season fixtures been announced. I think Ipswich and Wickham.
Yeah, I say Ipswich. We always used to normally play Ipswich pre-season, didn't we?
I think they're both on the same day, and I think they're on I think they're about 11 days away. So how quickly it's going to come.
Yeah. I mean, it only seems like the season finished last week, but yeah, it's good that they're starting to get the friendlies in. Obviously, I think like in past seasons where we've been to Germany or Austria, would give us a bit of a tougher test. But the way things are at the minute, you can't play those sort of friendlies. So, be interesting. I say Wickham. Like I say, glad to see Wickham in the Championship.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit.
They've done. The manager's worked miracles on a shoestring budget there, hasn't he?
Yeah, well done to him. Maybe we should start looking at him, because that's what we got. Fucking shoestring budget, mate. Who was playing striker game? Before I take some comments, do you want to play striker game?
Go on, what's that? Go on.
Right, so I've got a list here of a lot of strikers that we signed during the GSB era, right? And I want you to try and guess how many, and you get extra points if you get the ones that have. How many that we've signed that have actually turned a profit when we've sold them on?
Go on.
Hold on, I'm going to get it out. Hold on. I see this on Dan's Twitter earlier. I know he's not around today, but I'm going to steal this, right? So how many centre forwards have we signed that we've actually turned a profit on? Since they took over, you've got 10 years worth of strikers, and I'm going to tell you now, there's a lot.
What, they've turned a profit?
No, there's a lot of strikers.
Oh, that we've signed.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's like it was 20, like high 20s, when it or something. Strikers we signed 20, 28, 29. I'm guessing not many turned a profit.
And just for, I don't know whether I should, but let's scrub Marko Arnautovic. We made a small profit on him. Let's scrub him out because he wasn't really signed as a striker.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34. At 34, how many have we turned a profit on?
Oh, I'll say 7 or 8.
2.
2?
2.
I knew it'd be low, but I didn't think it'd be that low.
It's 3, including Marko Arnautovic, if you're going to count him as a striker. We turned a small profit, £600,000, on Nicky Maynard, going back.
Yeah, it's going back.
And we doubled our money on Diafra Sakho.
It's poor, isn't it?
Look at some of these now. I'll tell you what.
I thought it would be low, but I didn't think it would be that low.
Out of 34 strikers, there's 2 that we've To be fair, we've sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 of them. And we've turned a profit on 2. I bet there's about, looking at these strikers, I reckon there's about, if there's 200 goals, I'd be very surprised.
Oh, yeah, we've had a bit of a poor record with strikers over the last 10, 11 years, haven't we?
Absolutely. Fuck. 2 strikers that we've turned a profit on. And yeah, they're going to be taking control of transfers. Right, Graham, can you see the comments?
I can't unless you put them up.
Right, let's have a look through some of the comments then. Lee Davis says, can't believe Carlton, he's only 36. He might still be able to do a job. He might have to, mate.
Yeah, I know he had his detractors, but I used to love Carlton Cole. 100%. He used to give you 100%.
Felipe Anderson wants to stay. He's happy at West Ham, and Napoli and Fiorentina have dropped out. That's probably why he wants to stay, mate. He got a fucking choice. Ollie PRJ says, what do you think, guys, think of Trevor Sinclair's comments today?
Well, I haven't seen them today.
The comments were,
if
we start all next season, he reckons we might get into the Europa League.
I don't know. I'll just settle for getting into the top 10 at the minute.
I can't see how we will, Gray. I can't see how. I mean, fuck me. What is Trevor Sinclair smoking? Oh, look who's here.
As long as we can have a season where we're not in a bloody relegation battle, then I'll be happy with that.
Think about the teams that are up, right? Listen, think about the teams that are at the top. Yeah. Obviously, you've got the 4 Champions League teams, right? Tottenham have fell out the Champions League places. Yeah. Arsenal fell out the Europa League places. Then you've got teams like Wolves and Leicester. I don't think Sheffield United will have a good a season as they did this year, but you might get another sort of bounce back ability team that come and take the game by storm and whatever. Yeah, honestly, there's 8 teams right there that I don't think we'll finish above. No. Then you've got teams like Southampton, who I think are going to have a good season next season.
They had a strong second half to the season, didn't they?
Yeah, they had
after they lost 9-0 at home, they really pushed on.
Yeah, you know they completely revamped their whole training system. That's what he done during lockdown. David Moyes was delivering fruit and veg. He was developing a whole new training system for the boys and making sure they don't get fucking beat 9-0 again. And it's worked wonders. They had a brilliant pre-lockdown after they got beat. You know, their form really started to turn around. And in post-lockdown, they really turned it around. They was one of the form teams with the form striker, which I think they'll have a better season. Does Trevor Sinclair seriously look at like them 7, 8, 9 teams and think, yeah, we can finish above them? Because I think he's smoking something if he does.
No, I think we need a massive overhaul before we can start thinking about overtaking. Teams like that are organised and sort of got things in place to. I mean, look at Leicester. You know, I think Leicester could be the sort of team that, at the moment, the way Rodgers has got them playing and that, you know, you can see them sort of being a regular feature in the top 8.
Yeah,
and Wolves as well. You know, I think they're heading in the right direction, and that's the sort of template we need to be following.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those 2 clubs, you know. But
I think Wolves
I think we're a couple of years away from that yet. We need a massive overhaul.
Wolves have had another great season, and they've got to the Europa Cup quarter-final. They was very unlucky to get beat by Sevilla.
Yeah.
Was it semi-final? Was it final?
It was quarter-final.
Quarter-final, yeah, it was quarter-final.
Yeah.
Very unlucky to get beat by Sevilla in that quarter-final. Missed a penalty early on. So, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Trevor Sinclair's is, you know, we've really got to have a good season. And the way that the transfers are going at the minute, I can't see how we, you know, I know we signed Suchek and Bowen and they was a big influence in the end. But unless we shore up a few positions, we're just going to end up in the same position again. Scott, get involved.
Well, yeah, no, Yeah, all right. What's Sinclair said? I haven't read the comments. What was his?
He thinks we can get into the Europa League next year.
Off the back of our performances after lockdown, after the Wolves and Spurs game, we can be pushing top half of mid-table. But you're talking that's a consistent 11 going to be out there, because obviously Moyes doesn't trust the players that he's got. So we can. I don't think we will. I think we will be bottom half mid-table at best. I don't think Wolves will do that well next season. I think this season's going to catch up with them. I think they played 9 on 50 games this season.
I think it's mental. I think it's absolutely mental when you think about, obviously, the Champions League and the Europa League. I know they've made it to some sort of mini tournament. It's sort of like a mini tournament thing. But you think about, when's the final? Is it this weekend? Next weekend?
Next weekend, I think.
Next weekend, I think. Yeah, next weekend. Yeah, because we've got the semi-finals this weekend.
What's the date next weekend? Oh, it is the 14th of August. So you're talking about the 21st of August before, Europa League final weekend. We're starting our pre-season again on the 25th.
Well, that's it. The Europa League and the Champions League qualifiers have already started. So they're all playing while you've still got the last season's tournament going on.
Still haven't finished it yet. Yeah.
But we've got potential. We just need a plan, as we've said for a long time. Moyes got the players playing a lot better towards the end of the season than we did at the before the lockdown and things like that. So there's improvement there, but there is a lot of dead wood that need chipping out and hungry players coming in.
Escaping a Rat Race says, give the same players another season, they'll do better. They donate £2.99. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
I mean, what you were saying earlier about, Europa League, I think what we need to do is, because if you go back through our history, we have one good season, then 5 or 6 shit ones. What we need to do is we need to have 3 or 4 consistent seasons where we're finishing, like you said, if we can finish sort of mid-table and solidify in that area, then we can start pushing on from there. But having one good season and then 6 back, we're not gonna. We need to build towards having consistently solid seasons, and then we can push on. Like Tottenham did. They had all them years.
Great.
I know they didn't qualify for Champions League this year, but Tottenham, they had a few years in the Europa League, and then they pushed on. They built.
Great.
And they had a lot of.
It's a pipe dream. You've been saying it. I've been saying it.
I know it's a pipe dream, but if you don't think, what's the point in turning up if you don't think you can do something every week?
This is my point of view. You need to approach every game as if you can win every game. Amount of times I've done a preview and people saying, "Oh, you always predict us to win." Well, you don't go football thinking we're going to lose.
Yeah,
I do.
Right. When you're coming up against a City side that's flying or something like that, then you sort of he's coming. But Graham's right. You don't play football unless you think you can win.
What's the point in turning up?
Exactly. You've got to think that you're going to have half a chance to get a result. Otherwise, it's pointless playing. You might as well just not bother showing up at all.
So we can have 4 or 5 seasons consistently finishing. I mean, at the minute we had 3 relegation battles in 4 seasons.
Yeah, but
so if we can have 4 seasons where we're solid, we're a solid mid-table side, and then try and push on from there.
Yeah,
we've got to get everything in place before that. It's no good. Having a strong season, strong finish to the season, everyone thinking, "Oh, maybe we can."
No,
do better next year with what we've got. You got to keep building on it.
Yeah, but that's it. You take the better players of this season. The players, you look at Fornals grew as the season went on. Hilaire, as much as people are slating him, thinking he's not, not that good, his stats are good. Yeah, he doesn't work his nuts off, but his stats are very good. He's still the 2nd top goal scorer at the club. So he literally, you need to be looking at that and then building on that and then progressing season after season. The one thing we don't want to do now Ajeti's gone, is we don't want to be letting Hilaire go because we're stuck with Antonio, who's injury prone. As much as the guy got us out of trouble and he's played brilliantly towards the end of the season, and it does look like, you know, he's got a new lease of life playing in that striker role, he is injury prone. We can't go into the season with just him and Hilaire. You know, we made that mistake this season. The last thing we want to do is make it again next season.
Well, to be fair, I don't know how we're even considering it. Obviously, like, it's obvious that. All right, Gray, fell over, mate. You fainted.
Plugging me charger in. There you go.
The thing that worries me is that, as I say, like, I just don't like the noises coming out of the club at the minute with all the, you know, with all the propaganda sites fucking pumping this sort of, oh, look, COVID's made us poor and all that. But other teams seem to be able to, you know, Spurs owe nearly £1 billion through stadium and all of that sort of thing. They seem to be able to find money. We pay a token bit of rent. We don't have to pay for a lot of. I know we give up our catering rights and all that, but we pay a token amount of rent. We don't have to pay for policing, stewarding, anything like that. We've got a 60,000 seat stadium. Obviously, it ain't been filled for a quarter of the season, but it should put us in a bit of a better position than most teams. And we're getting sort of out fault for these signatures by people like Villa and Palace and people like that, you know what I mean? And they're sort of standing there with the old fucking sort of turning their pockets inside out, going, we ain't got nothing left. I just don't understand it. I don't like, as I said to Graham, but just before you come on, Scott, last season when we signed him, we paid everything for Hilaire. We paid most of it up front and all that. That's where most of our budget has gone. Now they're pleading poverty again. They're saying we owe half of it still. So what is it? What one's the lie? Because one of them's a lie.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. It's just now making excuses. You know, this is the thing. And you saying, you know, we're getting pipped by teams like Villa, teams like Palace. It's because of the fact we're poorly run, and the fact that when you look at us compared to Palace and compared to Villa, you sit there and look at them. All right, Villa were in a relegation fight, Palace, you know, mid-table, but you'd rather go there because there isn't a big circus fanfare around the clubs. You know, they are just there. They know what they're about. They know what they want to do. You know, Villa knew they'd probably be fighting relegation. Palace knew they'd finish mid-table. You know, we've got ambitions to challenge for Europe on you know, a Primark budget. And that's the big problem that we've got. And that's what we do get over.
I don't agree with that. We ain't got no ambitions to challenge for nothing. Publicly, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Publicly, that's what they're selling. They're selling the dream. They're selling the dream that we can be. You know, we look at the Spurs model. We look at the Leipzig model. They're selling this dream and trying to get people over the line to part with their cash and things like that. And that's not what, you know. We know that we're wise up. We're mid-table at best. Mid-table at best. You know,
Aston Villa are a bigger club, no?
No,
well, I don't think so. Not the current state they're in. I mean, you know, they come very close to going down themselves. They could have been a Championship club again this year. And that one season in the Premier League, I think they had 3 out, didn't they? 2 or 3 out. Are they a big club, massive club? But at the minute, the way, you know, we've been in the Premier League for longer than them, we should have had, and they spent a lot of money last year. We should have sort of built up enough funds to sort of beat them to the punch, and it doesn't seem like we do. It just doesn't make any sense. It goes back to the old promises, didn't it? The old, you know, competing with the likes of Arsenal and Bayern Munich and Man United and all that for transfers. Like, when? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we haven't got the pull of those clubs.
No, and that's exactly what it is. We're trying to, you know, even to the fact of signing Hilaire, we're trying to sign players that are out of our ability range, if you get what I mean. You know, players that are looking to step to the next level. And we're trying to portray ourselves as that type of club to step to the next level, and we're not. And this is the thing. This is why with the Moyes saying, he's looking at hungry championship players. That's because Moyes realises that we are this mid-table Premier League side at the minute who have got potential to go on and be something different and something better. But at the moment, we are a team that needs to solidify ourselves mid-table before we even start thinking of other ambitions. And that's why he's looking at young, hungry players instead of going, well, yeah, we've got this player, we've got that player. Let's go and sign this top-class player, this top-class player. We ain't going to get them top-class players. We need to keep the top-class players we've got, get these young, hungry players in like Bowen, like Souček, and then, fill the squad with workers and players that want to play, fit in these top players who will benefit the side and these young, hungry players coming in as well, and go from there. And as we've said many a time before, to do that, you've got to change the bottom and then work your way up. And, we need to solidify ourselves this season in and around 10th. That's what we've got to be aiming at.
We need to not be in a relegation battle. That's what we need.
Listen, we look at this season, we go there, we beat every single team that is going to be down and around that relegation battle, have some decent performances and decent battles against the teams that are going to finish above us, and that's our level. If we beat a Chelsea but get beat by a City, get beat by a Liverpool, then that's fair enough. So long as we beat whatever teams are down there, like this season, the Norwiches, the Bournemouths, the Watfords, they're the sides this season that you want to make sure you're beating. And then if you get a lucky result like we did, the decent result against Chelsea, but we lose to Liverpool, lose to Spurs, then so be it. But concentrate on beating the teams that are going to be around your level and forget about the teams that are higher up at the minute. That's my opinion. Anyway.
No, I agree, mate. I say it's all very well, nicking 6 points off Chelsea, but then dropping 6 points against Burnley.
Yeah.
It's no disrespect to Burnley. I mean, Burnley had a fantastic season this year.
Yeah.
Nick, where did you say you finished last season? Wasn't it 5th? No, it wasn't last season. It was.
That was about 3 years ago. That's the thing that winds me up about that video. Everyone thinks it was last, at the start of the season.
Does it? Because it does the rounds again next year. You'll all be sitting there going, where did you think we was going to finish last season? Watch these. Don't watch that. That was a fucking show from a long, long time ago.
About 3 years ago.
A bit overexcited. I start touching me naughty no place. And got a bit carried away with myself. So please.
Yeah, you get carried away, but I'll get dug out and all. Why even made it said it?
So you should, mate.
Please, going back to what I said, right? Hang on, sorry. Where is it? I agree. We should try and win every game. Right? I'm not saying we shouldn't, but it's more important we beat the teams in and around us than it is getting the results against the likes of Chelsea and things like that. That's all I was trying to say. Like I said, we took 6 points off of Chelsea this season, but we lost to Arsenal twice.
You're talking waffle, lads. Oops, better not mention waffle. Making like get hungry. Yeah, send your mum round. I'll eat her out.
Oh dear.
I'm a WHFTV. We'll finish 9th. That's ambitious. Stop shouting. Who shouted? Lisa Langley says, wishful thinking. All the pundits thought we would be top 8 last season. Yeah, it's one of them ones, isn't it, where it looked on paper that we would go on to do that sort of thing, But as I said, the pundits look from
played on paper
outside in. They don't really know the internals of the club, And that's one of the biggest, I think, downfalls of pundits is they only see once or twice a season. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they
look more on paper, didn't they?
What are you laughing at, Scott? What are you saying?
Oh no, so I say in the comments about Dan. They look at it more about.
They have to look at it on paper. That's it. They have to look at it on paper because they don't know the ins and outs of the club. I think that the problem is, as I said before, you know, some of the players, really good players, it's like trying to put Lego Meccano together. Just don't fit, don't work. You know, both good quality stuff, but you know, it's never going to fit together.
Yeah. So the thing, it's like we look. Hang on, sorry, I've lost my finger. Right, this season, yeah, Roberto did cost us massively. That's where everything started going wrong. When you look back at the season, Roberto coming in, you could tell the players weren't confident in him and things like that. And you know, that's a mistake at the manager at the time for entrusting him to gain goal. After one game, you could tell we weren't good enough. But the rest of the squad should be good enough to take the mantle on and, you know, progress. The performances were terrible. You can't blame it as much as the goalkeeper's bad. You can't blame the goalkeeper for the performances. Yeah, there was no confidence in his ability, but at the end of the day, you've still got to go out there and perform to the best of the individual player's ability, and no one did.
Yeah,
you know, I picked up at the time that when Roberto did make a decent save, there was no one there trying to pat him on the back, say, "Oh, nice one," trying to build his confidence. David Martin goes in goal. Everyone's round him. Everyone's around him, you know, geeing him up from the outset. There was nothing like that for Roberto. Whether you think the guy's a pile of poop or whether you think the guy's, you know, the next best thing since sliced bread, you still need to go there as players and try and G up your teammates to give them a bit of confidence, to make them believe in themselves to improve. You didn't see that with Roberto, but you saw it with David Martin. You know, that's the thing. They obviously didn't like Roberto from the outset. And it's just the performance in the team absolutely dipped as soon as we lost Fabianski. And you know, and then by the time Martin came in, he had a great debut, and that's one of my moments of the season when you look back at it. But you know, for that to happen and for the players to raise the fact that they weren't trusting in the goalkeeper just shows the poor management. So you've got to look at it. The manager was at fault because he's the one that trusted the goalkeeper to come in.
I made a prediction on Twitter earlier in the week. I said, if we haven't done anything by the end of this month, transfer-wise, we won't do anything. And then it'll be about the 9th of October and Rice will be shipped out. And if that happens, we will go down.
We lose Rice, we're stuffed. He is the linchpin that holds everything together for us.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the problem. This isn't about, you know, going out signing players, signing this player, signing that player. This transfer window is keeping hold of Rice more than anything. That's the most important thing we do this season is keep hold of him.
Man, we need to get fullbacks, otherwise we're going to be fucked again. We're going to be fucked if we don't get fullbacks, man.
Nick, if we lose Rice, we're stuffed.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, mate. But...
we lose Rice, right? And like you said, if they leave it till the last minute and they're not going to replace him, you're left with Mark Noble.
I think it'll be an Hernandez situation. I honestly do. I think it'll be nothing. You know, we're trying for this player, we're trying for that player, underbidding for everyone and all of that. Gets to sort of like near the season, says, yeah, we're all set, and all of a sudden, Rice has got to leave. They've offered money we can't refuse. We're not going to do anything with a day left in the transfer window. We're just going to have to battle on till January just to cover their debts. And I think if we do that, mate, we're fucked. We are fucked.
It's all very well saying cover your debts, but the money you miss out on if you go down,
it just looks to me from the outside that it's more fucked than it seems in the club with the old COVID thing and all of that sort of thing. That's why they're trying to fucking rip the fuck out of fans for money. You know, basically free money. Like even I was going back to the season tickets. Like I was talking about this to someone a couple of days ago. Like, when they dropped them season ticket things, when they said, "Oh yeah, you have to pay up front by the August the fucking 25th or whatever it is, and then we'll just refund you as it goes a month at a time," it's basically a short-term loan. And then obviously it's been rebelled against with like the fans and like people like us fucking going into one on social media. But think about the option 3 that they've bought out. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's good." That's money for nothing for a whole year.
Yeah.
Until there's 70% of fans going back, which I don't think there will be. I don't even think fans will be going back in October. To be quite fair, because all these test events that they was meant to have, they're pushing them back. We're having spikes all around the country. They're shutting airports down again and quarantining people again. They're talking about shutting pubs down. How are they going to get fucking 15,000? Even if it's 15,000, how are they going to get 15,000 through these tiny little turnstiles? You'll have to start fucking transporting them in 24 hours before.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, you're talking about 15,000 where a majority of them 15,000 would have been having a good old drink beforehand.
And they still will stop. You're not going to.
And that's what I mean. So you're not only managing 15,000 people going into the ground, you're managing 15,000 people. Probably a large percentage would have had a few beers, would be bumping into people they know, who you're then going to be having to turn around and say, yeah, you need social distance.
You see that full capacity crowds can go to October? No chance. No chance. Not in a million years.
They can't. They can just about get 1,000 odd people into the Crucible to watch the snooker.
Yeah, not in a million years are they going to fucking.
Which my mate actually got tickets for the final. The jam yet.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The test events are events where people sit down. This is the thing. This is what I said about the test event with the cricket. You're putting a county cricket game. You could have played county cricket all through COVID and people would have social distance because you barely get anyone going to county cricket.
I mean, we've been county cricket games. You can basically sit where you want.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
This is
the thing. It's all right saying, yeah, the cricket, we got 3,000 people in the oval. It was fine. Oh, the snooker, we've done it with 1,000 people sitting watching snooker. Yeah, because they're sitting watching the game. Yeah, football's completely different to any other sport, probably barring rugby. Rugby fans and football fans, that's what it is. They're the fans that you should be test piloting things on because majority of fans have a good old booze before the game.
One of the things that someone just mentioned there, no chanting or singing when fans come back, apparently. Makes no difference to us.
Never any noise anyway. But,
it's bollocks. Like it's absolute bollocks. I think they're pissing in the wind trying to do it this early. Honestly,
it's like everything, isn't it? It's just a case of with everything that's going on with the government. You look at the government; they knew they had to get people back to work, so it's not ideal that everyone's going back in, but they know to make money, and it's the same with football.
Money. Premier League are putting pressure on them. They want everyone back in. Obviously, they need to make money and all that. Such big business and all that. Shameful, really. I can't see how it will. That's why I don't want to go back. I can't see how it will work. Imagine trying to get in. Imagine trying to get a train.
The thing is, I took the boy to the zoo the other day. You have to turn up you get your tickets and you have to turn up at an allotted time, and you can only turn up between that time. Imagine them trying to do that at football. After the crowd rushed to get in the ground the last 5 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game when it comes to football fans against anything else. There's no fans like football fans. The closest there is to football fans are rugby fans, and they're not cunts. We are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, even with stuff like
I'm still a bit worried about like trouble and that at the games because between our own fans, because I'm watching it go off in Aldi car park over masks. And I'm not joking. I've seen about 3 fights up there this week over people getting too close to each other. It's been going off on trains and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, like me and you were talking the other day, Scott, weren't we? Even about like grassroots football. I mean, the Sunday league, like with Thames and that, they want to start by the 6th of September. But teams are struggling to get grounds because a lot of teams play at school pitches, council pitches, and none of them are open yet. So a lot of teams haven't got grounds. So I can't see how it's going to happen.
The funniest thing is that what I was saying to you the other day, Greg, is that they're saying, right, the substitutes are going to have to wear masks. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. You start a game, the referee hands you a linesman's flag and say, someone's got to run a line. So you're then passing the linesman's flag between all the substitutes to get them run when they're running the line. What's the point? It's ridiculous. Everything that comes out just contradicts itself.
I mean, like we were saying, like, there's going to be no changing facilities, no shower facilities open. So you turn up in your kit or you get changed by the side of the pitch. Which who's going to want to do that in like November, December when it's pissing down the rain, thick of mud?
I used to do it.
Yeah.
So did you, Scott. I've seen you winkle many a time. You're well, Greg, so don't you laugh.
But this is the thing. I can't see. As much as I'm renewing option 1, I don't think we'll be getting many games, mate.
Was it something like Arsenal saying we're preparing for the whole season without crowd? Yeah. Or one of the London clubs. It might not be us, might be one of the others, but
they all will be.
Yeah,
they all will be. They're all preparing for it. All
that's going to be Golden Sullivan's reason if they do let Rice go. That's going to be their reason, isn't it? Oh, well, we were in debt from last season, and now we've got no fans coming in the ground. We're going to be in debt from that. That's going to be their. If Rice goes, that's going to be the whole explanation from them going, yeah, it's too good. We needed the money. It's. You can see that coming.
Have you seen the thing with because Willian is going on a free, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's got to Arsenal, but apparently they might be giving him sort of 10 million in a fee.
Yeah,
and they've just laid off 55 staff.
Yeah,
that's a massive kick in the nuts for the staff they've just laid off, isn't it?
If I was Willian, right? If I was in the privileged position Willian is, and they're going to give them £10 million to sign up, I'd say, you know what? Take 5 million back and employ them people.
Yeah.
How much of a hero would he be walking into Arsenal then?
Certainly. Yeah. But he'll sit there and say that, oh no, take the 5 million back, employ them staff. Do you really think the club will employ them staff? They'll just take that 5 million and give it to someone else.
If you make it public, they'd have to, wouldn't they? Because they can't just take 5 million.
But no.
I think the Arsenal players were sort of quite up in arms about it, really, about them laying off the 55 members of staff. They wanted meetings with the board and everything. Without pay cuts, keep people on initially.
Yeah, take pay cut, pay them.
Yep, there you go. Ain't hard.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, in hindsight,
just imagine them sitting there. Oh fuck! Geezer's going to have a terrible sitting in a Bentley. Fuck, he's going to have a terrible Christmas. He's just been laid off. The old fucking Eddie the Kit man. He was telling me his wife's got cancer. Pass me that caviar. This is ridiculous. This is fucking nonsense. As they're fucking being chauffeur driven to their £2 fucking million house, looking at their bank account where £160,000 has gone in it. Take a £5,000 a week pay cut each and make sure they're employed then, and then start fucking talking about the owner. Do you know what I mean?
There you go. Football clubs only care about players, and that's the truth. That is the truth. At the end of the day, it's the players that
the club don't run without people behind the scenes.
Of course not, but it's the
people
football
behind the scenes that keep the club running.
Yeah, it's the football players as they look at it that bring the fans to the club, that bring in the big sponsorship deals, and that's the unfortunate way of modern day top level football. The last people they think about is the kit man and the fans in the stands, because at the end of the day, they know they can survive without them.
Look, this is what Archie just said. Pay them to do what, though? No fans, so match day staff have no jobs. Well, they're coming back at some point, Archie, whether we like it or not.
See, but that's the thing is, it's all right us saying, you've got to do this. If they are being made redundant in the sense of, they've got to... they're laying them off because they don't need them on a match day. Then, so long as they're guaranteeing them a job as soon as the time comes that fans are back in the ground, at least that's some fee. But you can't tell me a club like Arsenal can't afford to pay staff, even if they're paying them half the wages because they're not working properly.
Clubs aren't charities, said Archie. Right. So why didn't they sack the players when they weren't doing anything for 3 months?
Yeah, but I agree with his point. It is a business.
I don't really, Scott, because club is a community thing. Like they've turned into businesses. Clubs are meant to be supporting communities.
Yeah.
And these are tough times. These are unprecedented times. Them people that run them football clubs, they're not charities, but you're talking about 55 people that work for the football club that are going to go through some tough times.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I agree with both points in a way.
But everybody in football earns a shitload of money. They pay charge the fan a shitload of money, but they're just lining their pockets. They're just lining their pockets.
But that is the thing. There's ways round football. There's ways round football clubs to keep everybody employed.
And
the problem is that they were too to cut.
If it's a League One club or a non-league club or something, you're talking about people that are billionaires at the top of these fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. That's what I mean about the top level football, especially in this country. They don't care about the little people. So long as the players are happy and the players are pulling in the money from the sponsorship deals, pulling in the fans coming to watch the games, pulling in the TV money. That's all they care about. They're not bothered about what experience you have on a match day. They're not bothered about, as I said, the five guys that may, the five groundsmen. They're not too fussed about them. They'll lay them off left, right, and centre, so long as they're keeping certain players.
German clubs are community clubs. You wanted the best league in the world, so that means rich owners do it. I didn't want nothing. None of us asked for it. It's the people at the top. We didn't ask for nothing. Take it from an American. German clubs are community clubs. I think Barcelona are getting smashed 4-1 by Bayern Munich as we speak.
But that all goes back to the German clubs, and the German setup of the league is run properly. It's not run by moneymakers. The Premier League was set up to make money. That was why it was invented. It was a big money-making pool, and it was always all about the big clubs, the Liverpools, the Man Uniteds, the Chelseas, the Arsenal. Well, not so much the Chelsea at the time when the Premier League was set, but it is all about the big clubs, the big draw, because the Premier League is a brand. As we said, the Premier League have got a £1.8 billion nest egg sitting there for times like this, when little clubs in League Two and places like that need bailing out. Why are they not bailing them out? Why are they not helping them in the current situation? And that is the big problem with the Premier League and with top flight football. The Germans look at it that the fans are the most important things involved in a football club, how it should be, because like you said, there is no football club without fans. The Premier League has lost sight of that, and a lot of the Premier League clubs have lost sight of that. They just look at it, so long as we're getting the TV money, that's all we care about.
I mean, look at the year, the year Leicester won the league, we almost got into the Champions League. And was it Scudamore when he come out, like the year Man U didn't qualify for it, and he goes, "Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible for the Premier League." No, it's terrible for Man United. It's not terrible for everyone else.
Yeah. But he was saying, because us and Southampton got knocked out.
That's the attitude of the Premier League. They just think, like the Man U's the Man City. As long as they keep qualifying for everything.
Yeah, it's because we got knocked out in the qualifying rounds and Southampton got knocked out. It would affect our chances of getting an extra space in Europe. That fourth spot of fourth place in the league and getting qualification in Champions League was affected because we got knocked out in the qualifying rounds and Southampton did as well. And that's bad for the Premier League.
Can I just say, we're going to go ask you anything because we're going to be finishing up soon. And I've got to get a charger, so I'm going to let you take this one on.
Favourite? When I went Schalke tournament, that was a good booze up that weekend. I don't know, something about Germany is a brilliant weekend away. Anyway, enjoyed brilliant. I've got to say.
Not been yet. Place to go though.
Although I went to an half decent one. I think it was when we had like Rio, Frank Lampard Jr. and all that playing. It was away at Southend. That was a pretty decent away game actually.
I think I'm trying to remember any I've been to. I think I've only ever been one pre-season game, and that was away to Orient. I think we drew 1-1. Ashton scored.
I went to a couple of Inter-2 Bob games.
Yeah, no, I didn't go to any.
Which could be that competitive pre-season.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, great.
Go on.
What's your thoughts on Canning Town?
What? Well, I used to play for Canning Town, so.
Yeah, I'll guess you didn't watch last week's video then.
Nah. No, I weren't here, was I? I was.
Yeah. Dan had a Dan had a bit of a meltdown because everyone who supports West Ham comes from Canning Town, apparently.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm from East Ham, so I did play for Canning Town, so I have fond memories.
It's good, mate. It's good.
As did you, Scott. As did you.
Yeah. I played for Canning Town. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you missed you missed last week's one. It was quite good. So I'm just looking for questions, mate. Bear with me. No, I'm not applying for Love Island even much. Yeah.
Is that your Colchester Zoo 10?
What do you make of the sale of the new kits?
Make the sale of the new kits. What do I think of the kits? Or
they offering a discount already, aren't they? Or is that just
10 off today?
Yeah. Do you think they're not having as much? Do you think they're not having as many people buy?
They're not going to. But it's a bit of a kick up the bollocks for everyone who's just gone out and paid fucking 60 quid for one.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. It's
yeah, they've obviously not had much uptake on it. So, where's Scott gone? What's happened?
No, but this is the thing, isn't it? This is why this is why the fucking the alarm bells are ringing. When it comes to Scott, this is why the alarm bells are ringing when it comes to finances and all that. A sale already. Already.
Been a couple of weeks.
Fucking hell, like. I mean, it must be bad if they're fucking putting them on sale already.
I mean, I'll be honest. I normally buy the retro ones.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a tight kit. I'll wait until they go on sale at the end of the season.
So do I. I buy them. I don't wear them. I just buy them token.
Sure. Nick Tucker's right there. Why are all fan concept kits better than the pro designers? He's bang on.
I'll tell you what, right? I'll see 3 kits designed by somebody this year that Harry ain't got a job for Umbra. I don't know, because
there's someone on Knees Up Mother Brand who does a lot of the concept kits, and they're pucker.
Yeah,
absolutely. Miles better than what we end up with.
They haven't got proper jobs. I don't know. Like I was talking about this to somebody the other day. I was having a discussion with somebody about West Ham and how their arrogance. I think maybe most of football, but how their arrogance. We seem to have the worst PR people. We seem to have the worst. We don't seem to want to employ anyone that actually supports the club and understands what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how they fuck me? They're meant to have. What's the word? They're meant to have discussed it with like fan people about the kit, and they've brought out that fucking fur kits. Are fucking wow. I've never seen anything like it. The 3 kits. See, I like the home and away kit. I think they're all right. The 3rd kit it looks awful from the picture, but my initial reaction is like if one man can sit there and design it like that, why ain't they going to these people and saying, "Do you fancy giving us a hand?" You know,
well, have a competition. The fans go send us your kit ideas in, and we'll punt it out to the companies.
I don't even
think what we want, you know, because the club must get some say in what they're after. For the kit. They must say like we want this incorporated, or you know.
But that's the problem is they don't want fan input. This is what you need to remember. They don't care. They're not interested in what you think of the kit. You know, the only time
you spend 60 quid on the top.
But is it as I've said before, unless you sit there and no one goes to buy that kit, they don't care. They'll launch whatever kit that they want because they know people will buy it. And this is the big thing. They just don't give a monkeys.
But why, Scott? How much?
I mean, the third one looks awful.
How much smoother would it run?
Yeah.
If they had, you know, a talented designer like that guy there.
Yeah.
Actually ask fans, you know, what do you think we should implement this year and all this. You can't ask too many opinions because a camel is a horse designed by committee, as I say. you know, you can't have too many positions. But a talented guy like that, who designed them free kits were better than the ones we've got now.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and I do understand it's not our fault, but they change them every year for monetary purposes. But how hard would it be to just go, why don't you come do a bit of paid work for us? We'll give you a few grand, help us to sort of put some concepts out there and all of that sort of thing. And, you know, we'll gauge the fan reaction and we'll go with what you do, because you obviously know what you're doing. You obviously, you know, understand the culture of the club, etc., etc. You know, we'll give you $5,000 if you help us for, you know, the summer. How hard would it be? Wouldn't be hard at all.
Yeah,
when it comes to social media people, why not get some West Ham fans in there that actually, you know, can look at a tweet or look at, you know, a post and think, oh, that's wrong, actually. Like, I've seen fucking players' names wrong and fucking, like, post pictures of players and put different names up and, you know, fuck up the years that they've played for us and all of that sort of thing. Any West Ham fan would know them sort of things. They could just look at it and go, no, that's not right. Don't send that out just yet. That's not right. Or look at it and go, that's not going to go down well if you send that out. You know what I mean? Like, we should take this approach. How hard would it be?
Oh, exactly. That's the thing. It's not. But you know where our club is. You know that from the fact that we walked into the club store beginning of last season, and there's a shirt for sale for £75 with someone's name on the back, who obviously bought it for themselves and then didn't come and collect it.
Yeah.
You know, and they were still wanting £75 for it. And that is.
Oh, that's the one I told them I'll give them a £5 for.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. That's what I mean. That just sums it up. The fact that they've got the audacity to take a shirt that they've printed for someone else who's gone, no, I don't want it, and they've £75.
Yeah, I said to them, because we wanted to do some decorations for sets and that. I said to them, I'll give you a £5 for it, and they was like, nah, we can't. I said, you're not going to sell it. It's got fucking someone's. I think it was Sanjay or something, wasn't it, on the back?
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was a name that, you know, only Sanjays can buy it, and Sanjay's going to look at it for £75 and go, no, I prefer not to. Don't like that number. Didn't want Premier League patches. You know what I mean? Like, it just narrows it down. And I said to the wall, I'll give you a £5 for it so we can hang it on our wall, like the front of it as a decoration. She's like, no, I can't.
It is ridiculous, mate. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Certainly is.
I saw a question and now I can't find it.
We'll find it.
You look like you're just like staring.
I'm going through the questions. Keep talking while I find it. Right. So before I come on, what did you discuss? So I don't click this thing.
We were talking about Ajeti leaving and that.
Oh, right.
So,
okay. This ain't really a question. What is a question? Why don't we go for John Stones? I want to know your opinion.
Fucking skin.
Yeah. What's your opinion on it? Me personally, I think he's a good signing for us. If I'm being honest,
yeah. You know, he's a good player. He's a good player.
I don't quite get why. You know, again, this is my opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. I'm not saying that people that don't want him are wrong. I don't understand why people wouldn't be happy with him coming. You know, I think he's looking worse than what his ability is, because he's at City and they're expecting a certain way of him playing, a certain few things from him. I think him coming to us would fit quite well.
Yeah, so the thing is, if you're asked to play a certain way, like if you're asked to play out from the back, a lot of the time you're going to get pressed. Once teams know that's the way you're going to play, you're going to get pressed.
Yeah.
When you get pressed, you make the odd mistake.
Yeah, it's just he
made a certain way, but you know, I like him. I think it'd be a good signing for us.
I think
it's not happening.
Yeah,
no, but it won't happen. But I think if it did happen, I think he'd be, you know, we'd have the ball playing, we'd have a decent ball playing centre half.
I don't understand the fans that would moan about someone like John Stones. John Stones is a good player. You know, was brilliant at Everton. Moved on to City. Was good for them for so long as well. Obviously, they're looking to upgrade him. probably just didn't make the world-class grade that they expect. You know, it's the same people that sit there and say, nah, fuck him, he's not good enough for us, are the ones saying, why aren't we signing anyone? You know what I mean? It's the same old shit, like, but yeah, I think
if we're signing another centre-half, if we're going to go out and get another centre-half, we need to be getting a centre-half more on the model of James Collins. That type of centre-half that's going to put his body on the line, throw himself in front of every shot, things like that. That's what I think we need from a centre-half going forward.
They don't even fucking exist, I don't think. Centre-halves like that. They don't exist anymore. Name me a centre-half like that.
Centre-halves are expected to play out from the back now.
No, you look, there are some out there. There's centre-halves out there with their body on the line.
Who? Name me a centre-half that is like James Collins right now. Name me one in the that's playing in the Premier League. Maybe you don't, maybe you're looking at League One or Championship or whatever. But name me a Premier League centre back right now that is in the mould of James Collins. Name me one.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Duffy of
Duffy, all right.
It's only because someone's commented in the comments, but that they are still there. They are still there.
Name me five.
I can't name you five.
Yeah, exactly. They're rare nowadays. They're so many. You don't get many of them around these days. People saying Van Dijk. Fuck me, man. You're talking about £200 million for Van Dijk.
Yeah. This is the thing. They are there. It's just finding them, and that is the problem.
Nah, Mings maybe. Someone said, "No, Mings is a minge," and they definitely wouldn't let him go. He is. I think he's a minge. Fucking chucks himself around like a big minge.
I know that word. I know that word for ages.
There is. Yeah.
Nicky's bringing back minge.
Duffy.
That's down behaviour, isn't it?
Hey,
Ryan Zombie says you name one, Nicky. I can't. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I wouldn't say Phil Jones is a player that puts his body on the line for the team. If I'm honest, a couple of people said that.
10 more questions. I love Ming. Sorry, Minge. Yeah. I'm going to make up a question. What's your favourite biscuits?
Ooh. I like a chocolate digestive or a custard cream.
I want the chat to tell me what your favourite biscuits are as well. That's what we're going to
chocolate hobnob.
Chocolate hobnob.
What about a bourbon?
No, I don't like bourbon.
I love a bourbon, man.
Nicky knows.
Yeah, you got to love a bourbon. Got
it, mate. Just a little dunk in the tea.
I like hobnobs, but I like to drink my tea as well.
Yeah, like Peter Kay says, it drinks half your tea when you dunk it.
Like you dip a couple of hobnobs. God, mate. Sucks it up like fucking like Uber.
Yeah,
Lee David. Panic on no. You know when you dunk your biscuit and it breaks into your tea.
Foxes make some nice biscuits, man.
What?
Jaffa cake. Matt Powell said Jaffa cake. Jaffa cake's not a biscuit. It's a cake.
Clue's in the title. The clue is in the title.
I do like.
Might be in the biscuit aisle, but it's a cake.
I do like
biscuits crunchy.
Gary Page chocolate chip cookies. What else we got here?
Rich tea is the worst biscuit. Oh, tell me about it, man. They're like the mingy biscuits, aren't they?
I agree with Ross there.
You cannot put them anywhere near a cup of tea.
No. You only got to get it in the tea, just near the steam.
Pink wafer from your nan.
What about the iced? What was it? The ice rings. The
party rings.
Use a finger
of party rings
as a straw for your cup. No, use a twig.
Yes. No, I love doing that. Bite the end off it and then suck the tea through the Kit Kat. Yes.
I've never done that. Never done that.
Oh, mate, you don't know what you're missing.
But don't use American chocolate because it's fucking disgusting. Some sort of fucking sand in it that stops it from melting.
So Jack Drew with chocolate fingers, yes.
Americans don't know how to make chocolate, man. I'm telling you that now.
No.
There is no comparison between English chocolate and American chocolate. No comparison. They put some sort of fruit in it.
All right. Matt Powell. Shortbread, is it biscuit or bread?
It's biscuit.
Biscuit.
Definitely a biscuit.
Biscuit. Biscuit. Come, we need some more questions. You make one up, Graham.
Favourite milkshake.
Milkshake? Oh.
Yeah. I do like a banana milkshake.
Nah, vanilla, mine.
See, I'm going a Wimpy vanilla milkshake.
Vanilla is the best flavour in the world. I'm telling you that now. And I used to be like a strawberry man. I used to love a strawberry milkshake. But for one day, I just thought, I'm going to get a vanilla milkshake. I tell you, man, you get a nice vanilla milkshake. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Nice vanilla milkshake. You can't beat them.
Oh,
when people now, they put the biscuits in the milkshakes.
Yeah.
Who's that?
They put like a biscuit in the milk, like grind up biscuit in a milkshake, and you can't suck it up in the straw because all the biscuits get stuck in the straw.
I had a Cadbury's cream egg milkshake the other week.
Lime milkshake. I've never had one of them.
Oh, what? Lime?
Mm.
No, I never had that one.
I think they were selling that at the shop where I got the Cadbury's cream egg one.
Nothing as fancy as that.
What
was your ice cream place up at Canning Town? Was it Murkoff's?
Yeah.
Oh,
imagine if they done fucking milkshakes, man. Oh my lord.
Oh,
my
Murkoff's was
a friend of mine who I went to school with. His nan was the last person. What year did it shut down? About 90.
Late 90s, wasn't it?
I'm sure. No, I think it was late
early
90s.
2000s, maybe. Early 2000s.
Yeah.
And his nan was the last one to have the shop. His nan was the last one to own the shop before she thingy. And she fucking shipped the ice cream machine back to her house. And she used to do us all Murkoff's ice cream.
I think I'd have been living around there. Murkoff's was quality.
That was a very nice ice cream. A very, very nice ice cream.
Yeah.
Must admit.
John Proctor, did you guys see my post about advertising? No, mate. I haven't seen anything today, to be quite honest. I've been quite busy today. James Healy says, and I think Lisa Langley asked this as well, have you renewed your season tickets yet? No, I haven't.
Monday.
I haven't either.
Doing my Monday.
I didn't have one.
Jam or cream on first on scone?
See, right. This is you go jam then cream. Otherwise, it's too messy.
Yeah, well, I think we had this. I think we had this before, right? This question, and we said jam and then cream, but then someone made a good point. Put jam on one side and cream on the other.
Nah, man.
No, I always spread it on the one.
Yeah, you
go jam, because then what you can do is you can have two halves and have jam and cream on both.
You spread the jam thin on the top, so all of it's covered in jam. In fact, I put butter on first because I'm a fat cunt like that. Then jam, yeah. Then you put the cream over the top because there's still a nice flat layer of jam. It's not going to melt. It's not going to go anywhere. You can just put the cream on the top, and bosh, there you go. Happy days.
What does Matt do then? Matt, let us know what you do.
Don't eat them.
Right. Sorry, I just got to answer this. Nick, yes, mate, I'm up for doing that. I think Ryan is as well.
What's he asked you for sex again?
Nah, we're doing a bubble going to the games next season.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, to chat with Ryan about it. I think he's up for it. So, yeah. Nick, that one for you.
The new T-shirts coming soon. I had a meeting with the guy on last Thursday. Yeah, they're going to be. We're going backwards and forwards with some new ideas right now. I'm thinking about a load of new ones. So if you've got any ideas, chuck them in a thing, and we'll get something designed. But yeah, we're going backwards and forwards at the minute. Drop me some ideas to me. He'll have something to me, I'm sure. before the beginning of the season. We've still got some T-shirts to send out to some patrons. We're going to get a little website set up where you're going to get an exclusive T-shirt if you're a patron for 3 months, paying on the highest tier. We're going to send you a free T-shirt. All you're going to have to do is pay for your postage, and we're going to get them out to you. We've arranged all of that as well, so that's going to be coming very soon. But yeah, it's Canning Town T-shirt. Yeah, absolutely.
Tell you, mate, we've got to get one. We've got to get one. If Dan was on tonight, I was changing my name to Scott.
Funny enough.
So what we're saying is, because I weren't here last week, is Dan not a fan of Canning Town then?
No. He said they're from Canning Town. It went on. We had an half-hour debate about it. Right, another question.
Go on,
Emma WHFC, thongs or knickers?
It's got to be knickers. I don't like the way the thongs ride up my arse.
Well, us wearing them, or would it? You know.
Well, hey, Gray, if that's your cup of tea, mate, that's down to you. But yeah, I'll wear neither of those. But
I'm a boxer's man myself. But
yeah, I prefer knickers over thongs.
Yeah, I think I prefer.
I don't know what sort of question that is.
We've answered it.
I'm not from Canning Town. Yeah.
Well, listening to Dan, he'd be able to wonder where I'm not from Canning Town.
Who?
Dan. So if you look at it, he's the only one I'm not from Canning Town.
Yeah, did you see the statue that's been commissioned?
No.
What's that?
Jack Leslie. You see that?
No.
You know who Jack Leslie is? You just fucking read the news or what? You just come on here and fucking. What'd you do when you go offline? Just get in a box and crawl in there till next week. What do you do?
I've been waiting this week.
He was the first black player to be picked for the England side in 1925.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other week that they were thinking about it.
Well, they've raised enough money to commission the statue now.
Oh right.
He played for Plymouth at the time, and he got dropped because of racist cunt, really, because they didn't want him inside. Guess where he's from?
Go on.
Canning Town. He ended up being a boot boy, I think, for West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham said that he's our boot man. I remember.
Yeah, I see that.
I remember in
a few weeks ago. I did say they definitely commissioned it, because I see a few weeks ago they were thinking about it. Like,
let me answer this question, because I don't look at the picture. Fuck's sake. Your Baldwin's in or your Savloy. Please stop posting that question there. You're pissing people off. In fact,
that picture. Oh, don't.
Nick, you blocked him by mistake.
Did I? Oh.
Yeah.
No, I said I was going to block him because he kept on fucking writing the same thing. You can't spam the chat because it pisses people off, and you just write in capital letters and all that. But yeah.
Did anyone see where he's tracking Emma's tweet earlier?
Yeah.
Oh dear, Dan's going to get roasted over this.
It was funny, I must admit.
Yeah, mate, shouldn't you get a statue of being a great player, not your colour? Well, Gary, I didn't make the statue, mate. I was just saying where he's from. To be honest, I don't know. He might have been a great player. He was obviously good enough to be picked for England. I don't know. Matt Powell, if Graham loses a quiz, his forfeit must be for him to wear dress.
If I want to see me in that dress that hangs up in our bedroom.
See what we're gonna do this year. I've been thinking about this over the next, because we normally do beginning of the season. We sort of kick the content off with the quiz and all that sort of stuff. We're going to do a quiz, obviously a West Ham Fan TV quiz, like we do every year. But we're going to do an interactive quiz. So we're going to go live, and one of us is going to be. I think Dan won it last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be the quiz master. And I was obviously the fucking loser, so I have to. I don't know. Maybe I'll start with a little thing, but we're going to do an interactive quiz, and we're going to. I'm going to get my mate who he makes these Friday night quiz things during lockdown.
Oh, right,
thing, so you can put the questions up, and it's like a slide, and then you sort of come into the website, and then you can play along. And whoever wins will give them a prize or something. And whoever loses, you have to do the forfeit with me.
Yeah.
So you can have little interactive quiz.
Sounds fun.
Plan along as we go. So yeah, nice.
There you go. Any other questions?
Yeah, I've still got a forfeit to do.
Yes, you have.
I think you need to forfeit just for saying we're going to finish 5th about 3 years ago, and we still get dug out for it now.
You should have given me a clothesline off the top of the podium bar.
You're on Scott's shoulders, and I just come in like over the balcony.
Someone said in the comments, has Brady been told to stop writing for the Sun then, or is that just?
Nah, I don't know.
No. That's fair. No, I didn't know whether that's true.
Brentwood, what, the place Brentwood? I've got no opinion. Really, it's got a lovely Toby carvery. I'll tell you that, but nothing.
Nice place. Worked around there a few times.
I've been there for work. I've never been out in Brentwood, but my niece used to live there. But
my missus went out in Brentwood years ago. She said it was all right.
Philip D. McCauley, Nicky, how old was you when you first started smoking, and have the other boys ever smoked? No, I don't think they have. I was about 18, I think.
Yeah, I've only smoked cigars.
Tried it, don't really like it. So, like I say, we have the odd lardy-da, don't we, Scott? When
I got to stop. I got to quit. So, yeah. How much press?
How much do you bench press? I don't know. I ain't done any bench presses.
I ain't lifted no. I ain't been in a gym or lifted a set of weights other than throwing them on the back of a truck for work in about 10 years, I think.
Somebody saying, have I listened to X's podcast? No, I haven't got round to it yet. Apparently that's where he said that the board have asked Brady to stop writing for the Sun.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. Have I got an opinion on it? Yeah, I've got an opinion on it. But they should have told us to quit about 6 years ago. Or when we started fucking writing for him. Nobody should ever write for the Sun, in my opinion.
The thing is, she should, if she writes for a newspaper and is talking about West Ham related stuff, it should be that, she does it, that it's her opinion, not the opinion of the club.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, how many other club chairmen write for newspapers?
The old Mook had never been writing for him in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. I don't
know. Lewis Wright says Trish Stratus with I Love Arts. Yeah, I agree with that, mate.
Yeah.
Your favourite holiday destination?
Ooh. See, now, I love Mexico. Been there, I think, 5 or 6 times now, and it's one of the best places I've ever been. But I've been also to Halkidiki in Greece at the Sani Resorts, and they're really nice as well. So I'm still going. Mexico wins it, but barely. Sani's catching up, and hopefully all being well in both next year.
So we normally go. Morocco's good, like Marrakesh. When we go there, but I say we ain't been there for years. But Benidorm was always a good laugh.
Mexico, mine, but I think I've had it. I've been the same as Scott. Really, I've been there 5 times, 6 times, something like that. 4 times, 5 times, 5 times. I'm getting married there next year, but my I think my favourite's Florida. I like Florida. I like the vibe in Florida.
Florida is nice.
I haven't been America. Never been America.
All inclusive, holiday in Barking Road.
In Canning Town.
Gosh, yeah. On the end
with Dan.
The old quick save was.
I must have been saying that about holidays. I said the way this year's playing out, I'm gutted that I ain't going on holiday this year.
Really, I'll tell you one place I really want to go, Canada.
Somebody said, where do you want to go? Where did you want to visit?
Canada's one of me. That's on me to-do list.
Where do I want to visit? I've always fancied, one of them places that you see, and I don't really know where they are. I think they're in like the Maldives or whatever. But like they've just got the sea, and they've got all the houses that are in the sea.
Up on the stilts, stilt things in the sea. Yeah. It's Maldives, yeah.
And you just walk out your fucking house, you get up in the morning, get out of bed, fucking do yourself a bit of toast, walk out with a bit of toast, bosh, you walk out your back door, you're in the sea. That'd be a bit.
Yeah. We looked at them for our honeymoon, and it's just they were just so expensive.
Yeah, they're ridiculous money. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever go unless I fucking win the lottery or something. But
I'd love to go there. To be honest, right, weird thing I really want to do. I want to go. Sorry, it's absolutely hammering me down. Either South Africa or someone else where they do cage diving with sharks.
Nah, fuck that.
Cape Town's good. Cape Town's really good.
I watched a fucking thing the other day where a fucking geezer was in a fucking cage with a shark, and a fucking shark swam towards it and got in the cage with him.
Yeah. I know. I've seen
that one where he climbs out and you see the shark come through the top of it.
No, is it that one? It goes in. It starts fucking waving about a little bit. Imagine if you're in a cage and you're thinking, "Wait, oh yeah, there's a nice shark. Bosh, it's in there with you."
Mate, yeah. I've seen the one where the shark comes in.
I would shit my pants. Fucking hell, man.
The shark gets in the cage.
The cage is in the fucking things flapping around in the cage.
Yeah. Is that the one where the cage comes out and the shark comes out the top of the cage and they think he's a goner and he just comes climbing out the cage afterwards?
Yeah, it doesn't eat him. And it just fucking like in the cage.
About a bit.
Like obviously there's like quite big holes. And it just slips through, and it's in there with him, and it's just fucking like flapping around in the car. Oh, mate, my heart.
Honestly, I've always been fascinated by sharks and great whites. I'd love to do some cage diving, but I'd also
I just like watching them in documentaries. I wouldn't want to get in the sea with them.
But this is also somewhere I want to visit, Costa Rica.
I say a mate of mine went there. He said it was very good.
Yeah, that's something else I've looked into doing. That's something else I want to do, because you do like all volcano tours and like things, zip line through the forest and stuff like that. It's
Nicky,
I'd like to go to Cuba as well. I'd like to
Someone said, Nicky, just remain calm. Are you having a laugh, mate? Someone shut me in the boot, like, screaming like a girl. They started drinking. It was Scott. They shut me in the boot. They put me in the boot of his car in the service stations when we was going up to Man United, wasn't it?
Yeah, Man United, yeah.
In his old fucking blue MG, put me in the boot of the car, and I said, like, I'll go on, I'll get in there, I want to lay down and all that. He started driving, I started screaming.
I think I made it over the first bump in the car park, and that was it.
Get me out. Just fucking screaming and screaming and screaming.
Great surfing in Costa Rica. Wouldn't mind giving that a go.
Do you New Zealand? I wouldn't mind visiting as well.
Fucking shark in there. Yeah, all right. I remain calm. I shark in there if everyone else remains calm when there's a fucking T-Rex coming towards them. You guys ever surfed? I had a go at surfing, you know.
I've always wanted to try. Never had a go.
I could barely stand a skateboard when I was a kid. Let alone windsurfing.
Tell us a funny story of losing your football ticket.
Well, which one do you want? There's many.
I've lost my football ticket many a time. Tell you probably the funniest one though is we was playing Wimbledon. Right, I was only a kid, and I think it was 3-0 up in a night game. A night game, right? 3-0 up at half time, and we ended up losing 4-3. And just like one of them fucking, one of them things where you just have a little bit of a mare. I fucking got my season ticket. I think it's a book then. Yeah. And as they fucking scored, I fucking slung it on the pitch. Like that, right? I was fucking going mental to fucking say, oh, you fucking... And a fan jumped onto the pitch. Someone was sitting like a couple of seats away from me, went and got it and give it back to me. And I did want it back. I calmed down a little bit, right? And he basically gave it to me in my hand. He went, if I've got to sit here and fucking suffer this shit all season, so have you. The Manchester United one, we went to the ticket office. Yeah, man, fucking hell, that was terrible. That was a terrible day. Awful day. I think I've told that story before, though. Yeah,
you have. Said there is a lot of times. How many issued season tickets you had now, Nick?
Look at this question. Have you ever forgotten your ticket to a match?
Again,
I think
how many times?
I had more paper tickets than I have used my season ticket.
Where was it? I went. I don't know if it was last season or the season before. And I was going on like my mate had a spare, and I was going with him. And I'm walking past the shop, and like I've heard, "Hey, Tomo, like Nicky's in the club shop queue," and I went, "What are you doing?" He went, "I forgot my ticket again." It's about the 4th time that season.
4th time. I think one season I had 18 paper tickets out of 19 games. I'm not joking either.
No, I know.
Yeah, but I think this was like it was still warm, so I think it was like September, so it was only about 7 or 8 games into the season.
That might have even been a pre-season.
That was about the 4th time you bloody forgot your ticket.
Yeah, it's probably the season where I had fucking 18. What's a skateboard? Said my granddaughter. What? What's a skateboard?
That's what his granddaughter said. What's a skateboard?
Oh, it's basically a plank of wood with wheels on that fall off a lot.
Yeah, these youngsters don't know they're born. Yeah, I lost everything that Man United day, man. That Man United day I lost everything that day. That was the worst day ever. And then to top it all off, when we was going back to McDonald's, they didn't even have a fucking burger at McDonald's. You couldn't get a burger in McDonald's.
The humanity.
Right. Is there anything else? Because we're going to start wrapping up. If you go to our store at the minute, which is a link in the description down below, there is 20% end of season sale. That's going to be running until the new T-shirts come out. So if you fancy one of these or one of them, go and grab yourself a little discount there. Ryan's getting involved. Has Nick ever forgot his ticket? He has been to the ticket office so many times to get a new one. Have you joined the Mile High Club? Are you having a laugh? I can barely shit in them things. In them toilets, mate. I can't even fucking... I have to fucking put my legs up there to fucking shut the door.
No, I ain't joined it either. He did say in an early comment that he thought Graham possibly has.
Brian Witt says, are you doing face masks? To be honest, I took a bit of a stance at the beginning of it, where I said no, I wouldn't do it, because the club, sort of as soon as this fucking pandemic come out, the club had fucking West Ham masks in there, and I thought it was a bit bad taste to be sort of profiteering off of a pandemic. But now they're sort of mandatory and you get fined for them. I might have a look at them. I'm not promising anything.
I'll be honest.
Disposable ones, right?
Yeah, if I'm going in a shop or somewhere and the staff have got them and other people got them, I'll wear one out of respect for them, because if they're wearing it, then I feel that I should. But I've also been in shops where no one's wearing one, so I just walked in without it on.
I always wear mine. I'll be honest. I look like fucking Bane walking around the fucking week.
But no, that's what I've done. I walked into a bank the other day and totally forgot. And I'm standing in the queue, and the lady in the counter asked if I had one. I said, "Oh, I apologise for not wearing it." It's just, you don't think about it, and that's the thing. I went to.
I said before all this started, you walk into a bank with a mask on, alarm bells are ringing. Now everyone's panicking if you're not.
Yeah. That's what I went to the zoo yesterday with a boy, and all the indoor parks, they say, can you wear a mask? And you know, that's fine, it's not a problem. At the end of the day, it's no, if you want to wear it, wear it. If you don't, then that's
always,
up to you.
If I'm going to shops, I always have masks.
I just feel if the staff and everyone else is wearing one, then I feel that you should.
I don't understand all the fucking fuss about them. They make you a bit hot and sweaty. So what?
I always, like, if I'm going shopping or whatever, I always wear one.
People, I don't know, these people fucking sitting there saying, I'll tell you, there was fucking, what's the name the other day? People walking in like Tesco's and that, protesting against them and all that. So fucking see these fucking dirty bastards come around breathing over me, man. I would fucking lump one of them.
But that's see the thing that does annoy me a little, you know, and again it is down everyone's opinion, everyone's choice. But I feel that if the staff ask you to wear one, I don't agree with people kicking off or people having a pop at the staff and them asking you to wear it. You know, at the end of the day, it is mandatory. You should, or if you want to rebel against the system, that's your choice and that's what you want to do. But
right against the machine.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't think it's fair that people take it out on the members of staff that are there just doing their job. You know, at the end of the day, it is a choice. It is a choice whether you want to abide by the rules or not. But then people working in that shop, and they've been working in, you know, especially the supermarkets, they've been working in that shop for the whole time. If they're taking the time out to stand there all day long with a mask on, what's us putting it on for 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever time we're in the shop? And that's what I said. If I see the staff wearing it, then I'll put mine on.
Are you friends with a Millwall fan? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, yes, I'm friends with a few Millwall fans.
One of my best mates is a Millwall fan.
I think
I'm friends with one of the Millwall coaches.
Yeah, you're friends with everyone.
What can I say? I'm an amiable guy.
We've all got a mutual Millwall fan. In fact, I think mine's dad's a Millwall fan.
Your dad?
Ryan's dad. I think he's a Millwall fan.
Ryan's dad. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Ryan's dad.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm sure he said that to me before. I don't think he likes football. He obviously can't. He's bought Millwall. My uncle's a Millwall fan. My uncle's a big Millwall fan. Was a big Millwall fan in the 80s and that. Yeah, but we've all got a mutual Millwall fan friend.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play with a team over South London at Royal Millwall. I was like a West Ham Island in the sea of Millwall. And to be honest, bearing in mind how new I was a West Ham fan, I didn't get too much stick, to be honest, unless they beat us, which wasn't very often.
Got aunt that's Tottenham fan. Hate her.
My mother-in-law's a Spurs fan.
Can't stand her. No, but
my family West Ham.
I don't think it really matters, does it? Surely.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, mate.
I'd never not be friends with someone over what football team they support.
Philip D. Macaulay says, "Have you ever fallen out with one another over stuff that don't matter?" Yeah.
Me and Scott fall out every other bloody week about some nonsense.
Lasts about an hour, and then we're like, you know,
and then like phone up like, "You all right, mate? You all right, mate?"
We've all fell out at some point over stupidness.
But that's what mates do. You have times when you fall out, but that's why you're mates, because you just think, oh well, I was a bit silly there, he was a bit silly there, and you know, you get back on together, didn't you?
Lions TV did a good documentary about the Oranges and Millwall. We're talking about West Ham. Nicky and Dan fall out every stream.
Really every stream.
We're falling out of a pub together. Oh, fucking many a fucking times, I tell you.
Hopefully, it won't be too much longer till we do that again.
Yeah,
it's funny the way that worked out, really, because we do so much sort of after match stuff, and we're so busy on match days, we don't really get to sort of go drinking or anything like very often anymore like we used to. We were getting fucking old as well, and we can't hack it, and we go out on the piss and we get drunk. I've got to lay in bed for fucking 18 days straight before I can function again. But we, you know, obviously we've grown up together. We've been, you know, good friends since our early 20s, and in Graham's case, mid 60s. But yeah,
every week.
Yeah, we've been so you know, we've had many. I mean, fucking hell, man, I could tell you some stories about Scott when we lived together and things like that. You know what I mean? There's some fucking funny stories, but there's like we've all done that. But on a match day, we don't really get to go out with each other much anymore. Yeah. We sort of meet up for the games, and you know, we have a little chat afterwards, and we do a post-match pint and that. But there's not many times where we're out till early hours of the morning. Fucking drinking and all that sort of stuff. We sort of go home to our families and all that. We've all got kids. We've all got, you know, wives and partners and things like that. And but one of the nights we did go out was actually the last night before lockdown, which was strange.
Is that one final hoo-ha? Like
it's like we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I went out. I think last time I went out with all us lot was Ryan's stag do.
Yeah,
that was good, man.
That was probably the last time, other than that night out in the pub, we were all out together.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that was the last time I had a proper night out.
That was sausage roll gate.
Oh God. That was. I'll tell you, man. I've never walked into that pub again after that. That was disgusting. I would have shot that woman.
all over a Greg sausage roll. That was.
Right. So let me tell the story. Right now, I know there's going to be people that stick up for them here. Right. So we went into the pub, Ryan's stag do. We went into a Weatherspoons at about 12 o'clock.
Yeah. And me and Scott got down a little bit later, didn't we? But
yeah, you come down a little bit. A few people come down a little bit later, but we piled it in sort of about midday. And the plan was we was going out there, and then we was going to a club after. And so we piled in there midday. We fucking must have spent in there. I mean, we was just chucking up. I think I've done 200 and something quid. I chucked in like the fucking thing in there, but we spent on booze, food all day. You know what I mean? Like I was piling them with booze, and obviously you got to sort of soak it up with something. So we was going up the bar and ordering a load of food for everyone to make sure everyone. About 3 times we've done that. You know, fucking like 50 quid's worth of food. Fucking buying cocktails and fucking shots and all this all day until we was going right now. We had a taxi coming for us at 9:15, I think, and it was about 9 o'clock, and people were starting to get. It was getting to that point where there was some of the older lot going home, and there was some of the younger lot that was going out. So the older lot were sort of knocking them back, getting shots and everything, and then everyone obviously wanted to say goodbye to Ryan, so they're all buying him fucking like shitloads of shots and all that. And we've got to try and stay sober. To get
like a champ, though. He took it like a champ.
Yeah, we've been out for 9 hours, like, and yeah. So everyone's fucking piling. So about 8:45, I thought, right, I better get some more food. Yeah. To
you've gone outside smoke initially, hadn't you?
Yeah, I've gone outside for a smoke, and it was probably about 5 to 9. I thought we need some more food, but I looked at the clock. I thought the cabs are coming at 15:15, but we're not going to be able to get to the bar and order another load of food and eat it before we have to go. Fucking looked to the left. There's a Greggs there. Fucking walked in there. Just said, give me fucking all the sausage rolls you got. Put all the sausage rolls in the bag. And I brought them into the pub and just said, look, make sure you eat these before you go. I've got like fucking 25 sausage rolls or something. Put them on the table. Just make sure you eat some sausage rolls and all that. Woman come over, started throwing a paddy.
Yeah, because we were sitting there talking. I was talking away, and then someone come over and I've got to leave now.
Yeah,
we've been kicked out.
You're not allowed to eat him in here. I said, "Oh, shut up, love. We're going in 5 minutes, and we've been in here all day." I don't even think I said that. I said, "I'm sorry, love. We just needed to else to eat. We've been in all day. She went, huh, and walked off to her manager. And then the manager come over, fucking like giving it the big and right, all get out. And I was like, what have we done? You fucking being rude to her and blah, 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 and all of this sort of thing. I said, look, we've been here all day. We've ordered fucking 3 meals for everybody. I said, and we're going in 5 minutes. They just need something to eat before we go. Like, we're jumping in cabs and we're going to another player. Nah, you're not allowed in here. We're not serving you anymore, bro. I was like, what, mate? Fucking hell, like, chill out over a few sausage rolls.
Yeah, no, because I remember. Yeah, I say we were just talking, and I think I was talking away. Then I think Lee come over or something. He went, "Oh, we've got to go now."
Yeah, we've got to leave now.
Which been lobbed out. I was like, "What's happened?" I said, "I've just got another drink in. What's going on?"
Imagine that, telling your mates. Oh, I heard you got chucked out that bar last night. Yeah. What'd you do? I bought in a sausage roll.
Yeah. Oh, you lot got thrown out. Must have been a good night. Nah, we just had a dozen sausage rolls. It was off the chain. Off the chain. It was a good night, though. It was a good night.
It was a good laugh. Very good laugh.
It was. Yeah, where'd we go? Popwell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Name and shame the place. It was the Weatherspoons at Scott. Where was it?
Oh, where was it?
Alban.
Yeah, I think it was Alban.
Yeah, that was it.
To
be fair, it was nice in there till that happened.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was good as gold.
Yeah.
It's great. Usually open that day. Not really, but in the city they don't shut. I think. Yeah. It's like, that was like
nice. It was a nice sausage roll, though. To be fair,
I like the Greg's Mexican sandwiches.
Oh, what, the chicken?
Yeah, Mexican chicken.
Yeah.
But they go right through me. I can't eat them if I'm not at home because they're not good for me, man.
You're such a tart. You are such a tart.
The spicy jalapeno in there, and it plays.
I'll behave yourself.
Who's the more hangover the next day?
I've never had one in all my life. I've never had hangover, and I'm waiting for the abuse I normally get when I tell people that. So if people are going to post up abuse,
I've been away with Graham on drinking weekenders and things like that, and you rarely see the guy pissed. Graham is a drinking machine, but then again, so are you, Nick.
That's no good thing. That's no good thing.
I'm drunk, but I recover really quick.
Yeah, I don't really get hangovers. I can't sleep when I'm drunk, so I just get really tired. But I don't have a so-called hangover.
I've had some awful hangovers, man. I remember Poland, right? Went to Poland with a mate, with a few mates actually.
Was that when you went with Cobra?
Yeah.
You mate Cobra, yeah.
Obviously a Polish geezer I used to work with, become one of my best pals. Like, took us all to Poland. Come from Krakow, so he knows the place brilliantly, right? And we turns up at Krakow, right? Friday night, we left straight after work, jumped on a plane, fucked off, right? So we get there about 10 o'clock at night. We've booked which was like an Airbnb, but it wasn't that at the time. I don't think Airbnb existed, but it was like an apartment, someone's apartment that we'd rented for the weekend. And we went out, so we got out about 11 o'clock, and like it's all getting lively, but we're fucked. We've all been up at work. I think I've been at work since 4 o'clock that morning. I mean, we're fucked. I was thinking, this is going to be a blinding weekend. We're going to get there Friday night, going home Monday. So I said, come, we'll have a couple of beers. And then we get some rest, and we'll hit it tomorrow. About midday, we'll be out in the square. Yeah. Right? So anyway, fucking gone out, couple of beers. It's fucking lively outside. And he's going, do you just want to go to a club? And I was like, I really can't. I'm fucked. Like, I've been up for nearly 24 hours flying and all that. So it does me in. I've got to go to bed. Right? So we've all gone back to bed. Everyone's fucked. So we go to bed. Get up next day, goes out midday, right? Goes to the square, goes to a restaurant. The square's packed solid. Yeah. I was feeling like, where all the fuck's all these people coming? Like, I said to Cobra, fucking, like, you couldn't move in this square, yeah? People carrying around flags and everything, right? I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is it? I said to him, is it usually this packed? He's like, no, not really. Goes into a restaurant, fucking gets something to eat. Can we have a beer? No, we're not serving any alcohol. Sorry. A bit strange for a restaurant, like. Goes to next door to a bar. Can we get a beer? We're not serving any alcohol. It's like, why? He's like, did you know? I was like, no. He's like, Pope's in town. Like, what? He's like, the Pope's here. He's doing like a speech up the road here. It's about, I think this was about 2005 or something. Pope's come over for the weekend. I think it was just after, I think it was Benedict when he just got elected. Pope's come. He's in the square. They're not allowed to serve alcohol within a fucking 10-mile radius of him being there. So how long's he here for? It was all weekend. I looked at Cobra. I was like, are you joking? You brought us out to Krakow all weekend and we can't have a drink. He's like, fucking panicking. He's making phone calls and all that. No, it's all right. It's all right. I know a place and all this. It's fine. It's fine. We go to Katowice, which is just outside Krakow, right? So, all right then. Anyway, we gets on a train. Yeah. This train was going from Krakow to Katowice. Next stop, Berlin. Yeah. We nearly missed the stop to get off at Katowice. So we
nearly end up in Berlin.
Yeah. Right. We just made it off the train before the whistle had gone. And we went, oh, go get off. Because he was thinking about going to another fucking stop that was past it, that was closer to this place than this station was. But it wasn't going there. It was going straight to fucking Berlin, right? So we ended up fucking piling off this train. And anyway, ended up in this place. Have you ever seen Euro Trip?
Yeah.
You
know that bit when they get to, what's that place? It's all run down.
Bratislava.
Oh, yeah.
Bratislava, yeah?
Yeah, Bratislava.
Honestly, I'm like, gets us off the train, gets out. It's like a typical Eastern European rundown industrial city. So it gets out. It's like you can hear the fucking violins going as you're getting off. That's how fucking bad it was. Right? I'm like looking around. I'm like, where the fuck have you taken us, Cobra? He's like, oh, don't worry. It's 5 minutes away. 5 minutes walk. I was like, all right, no problem. Anyway, taking us through these fucking streets, man. It was like, honestly, it was like that bit in Bratislava when they're walking through the fucking rundown place, looking around, scared. You know what I mean? There's people fucking poking their heads out of holes and fucking poking them back in again. I was thinking, where the fuck has he taken us? We're walking for 45 minutes. Easy, right? Easy. I'm like, you said it was 5 minutes and all that. He's laughing and all of that sort of bollocks. And I'm fucking, no, where is this place? Anyway, he goes, don't worry, it's just over there. And he points towards this like industrial estate, like, but it's all fucking closed down. I'm like, in there? And he's like, yeah, just over there. I think he's having me on, right? Yeah, somebody's just put it up. Hostel. That's what I felt like that. Right? I thought, oh no, he's like one of my best mates. I was thinking to myself, I hope my best mate ain't having me over here, like. And goes into this little industrial, and there's a bouncer outside, and that's it, right? There's one geezer just standing there. And he's like, come downstairs. Anyway, his mate comes out, meets us all and all of that sort of thing. Goes downstairs. It was like something out of the West End, man. It was unbelievable. And it was fucking, I'm not joking. It was massive. It was all decorated beautifully and all of that sort of thing. It was wall to wall. I think there was only men in there.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was like that, right? And I was like, what the fuck is this place? All that really, really posh looking place, man. His mate was the DJ there, banging tunes, fucking wall to wall women. It was like hostel. Yeah. Anyway, I've gone to the bar. I've took all my money out that I've got, right? And this was like days before internet banking and all of that sort of stuff, yeah? I've got all the money I've got. If I run out of money, there's no way my mum can send me more. I'm only young at the time. There's no way no one's gonna fucking send me more money, right? I've got everything. I was hammering it all night, man. Fucking hammering it. vodka and Red Bull, buying everyone. Who wants a drink? Who wants a drink? And all that vodka and Red Bulls all round, right? I took about 300 quid out with me for this weekend, right? Because he said it was cheap. Anyway, fucking hammering it all night. Didn't stop drinking. I got to a point where I nearly blacked out. It was that bad. Gets a taxi home, goes to sleep, wakes up in the morning, man. I've got the worst fucking headache I've ever had. It's like one of them ones where you can't lift your head off the pillow. It feels like you're weighted down, right? I've got like Polish money. I don't know what the fuck it's worth. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god. You know, when you start to get flashbacks from the night before, I'm thinking about buying one drink, then the next drink, then the next drink, then buying about 10 drinks and all of that sort of thing, right? I think, oh my god, I must have spent all my money. I must have spent it all. What am I going to do? I'm here for a weekend. I must have spent it all. Spent every single penny I had. I pulled out my wallet and there's like notes in there, but I'm thinking to myself, like, they don't mean nothing, does it? Like, they could be fucking worthless. So I give it over to Cobra. I said to him, how much money have I got in there, please? I was like, how much is it? I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm going to be left with
about 50 quid left.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, about so many zloty. I went, well, how much is that in English, man? He goes, about £270. I was like, I spent 30 quid. He went, yeah, give or take. You got some change in your pocket as well. What the fuck?
Mate, I tell you, we've been asked many a time, like, why when we go away, we go like places like that, Eastern Europe and things like that. It's so cheap.
I mean, we've been Bratislava, and I can say it's nothing like Euro trip. It's actually a beautiful city. It's lovely.
The views are absolutely outstanding, Gray, I must admit.
They were.
A lot of
when we went, no, but what Nick saying, when we went Gdansk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like, the same as you, Nick, I went out with about 300 quid, and you couldn't spend it.
Yeah, that was it. I thought I'd done all my money. I thought I had about 50 quid left, and that was it. He went at me, about £270. I went, well, I spent 30 quid. I bought a pack of fags.
I remember when we was in Gdansk, I think we went to this one bar, and I was drinking rum at the time, and this woman pulled out this like extra special bottle of rum. So I've had some of that, and the shots are not measured out there. You know, it's not like
it's like an holiday, isn't it? Where they go.
Yeah. And like that was the most expensive round we've done the whole weekend, and I'm sure it only comes to about a tenner tops. And like this was this extra special bottle of rum. You know,
is that bar we went in where you went down the stairs?
That's
it. We went
yeah.
downstairs. Yeah, because I was drinking JD, and it was like doubles and trebles, and it was like 3 slots.
Yeah, which is nothing.
It was 6 lots to the pound when we went, so it was like 50p for a double. I was like,
strange. I said to him, like, how is that possible? Because I was buying like all sorts.
Yeah.
I was like, how much is it? And he's like, it's cheap, man. It's like nothing. Like 20p for a shot or whatever. And like I said, but the Red Bull must cost money. He goes, but 30p. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that a true scoreline? Buying a 7-2 up against Barcelona?
7-2.
Can't be, surely.
But yes, I do thoroughly recommend if anyone's looking for a weekend away, go Poland. It's brilliant out there.
I guess who scored the last one for Bayern?
Go on.
Coutinho. 7-2. And they're away.
That's what I mean. It's at the Nou Camp.
Yeah.
That's mental, mate.
No, Estadio de Luz. What's that? Is that the Nou Camp?
Ain't they playing all the games in Portugal for the Champions League? And all the Europa ones in Germany, aren't they?
Yeah, mate.
What it is, I don't know, mate. I ain't kept up with.
Yeah, I think all the Champions League games are one-off games in Portugal. So it's almost like a Euros type thing, where all the teams are out in Portugal. They'll play out there in Germany for the Europa.
Yeah. Right, should we go?
Yeah, I'm going to go and have my dinner.
I had fish and chips earlier.
I've got a bit of cod, new potatoes, bit of salad, tartar sauce, lovely.
I like new potatoes. I haven't had new potatoes in a long time.
No, me either. I had a chicken teriyaki stir fry.
Oh, lovely.
I like a bit of teriyaki. It gives it that
Nice.
sort of flavour.
Very nice.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. Anything left to say, boys, before we go?
No, mate.
I think anything.
No. Keep it short and sweet tonight. Then follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Obviously, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button right now. Thank you for joining in on a chat of 8-2. Someone saying, fucking hell. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Share this video; it helps us out greatly. Check out the Patreon in the link down below, and the t-shirts. And as I said, got 20% off. There will be new ones coming very soon. So when they drop, the 20% discount will probably go for a little while, unless you're a patron and you get it all the time. So yeah, there's nothing more to say. As I said, thank you very much for joining us on the chat. One thing left to say, boys.
Come on, your
Come on, your irons.
Awkward wave start. Awkward wave. Do your awkward wave.